In this section, you will learn how to prepare a proper working environment for your drawings, how to navigate around in the VW environment, and how to save your drawing files. These include arrangement of application window, starting a project, resetting drawing preferences, drawing setup, saving documents, navigation technique, and drawing behavior. You can stop and rewind the video at any time to learn the techniques at your own pace. Before you start using the software, you need to make a few choices to prepare a drawing environment that is most suitable for the work you set out to accomplish. Arrangement of application window. Application window overview. To help you quickly identify the tools available in basic palette and tool sets, VW Program provides display options for the tools. If you click the drop-down menu located on the top right corner of the tool palettes, you can choose among View Tool as icons, and text, or text. View tools, icons, and text is especially helpful if you're not familiar with what the icons look like for each tool. After you have downloaded the VW software on your computer and opened the file for the first time, the application window shows you a default setting with frequently used tools and commands in an open position and arranged logically. The bars are located on the top of the drawing area. Those include top menu bar, the first line, Vectorworks version bar, the second line, file name type bar, the third line, view bar, the fourth line, and tool mood bar, the fifth line. The resource manager bar is a floating bar which can be expanded into a window by hover over your mouse on the bar. In the middle of the application window is the drawing area, which is surrounded by the major palettes on the left, bottom, and the right side of the window. These palettes include Basic on the top left, Two Sets, middle left, Attributes, bottom left, Snapping, bottom right, Object Info, top right, and Navigation, lower right. Carefully study the name and location of each palette to acquaint yourself with your drawing environment. That said, however, you can customize the arrangement of the palettes to your liking. Dock and undock palettes. To undock a palette, click and drag the top gray bar of the palette to a new location. To dock a palette, click and drag the top gray bar of the palette to where you want the palette to be. You will get a screen hint when a blue bar appears. If you release your mouse button when the blue bar appears at the docking location, the palette will dock. Note: the palettes contain major tools for your drawing. Leave them open all the time. If for some reason you need to close them or accidentally closed them, you can get them back by going to Window, Palettes. On the Palettes drop-down menu, you can check to open any palettes on the list. Starting a project. To start a design project, double-click on the VW icon to open the software. Click OK to acknowledge the educational version of VW Program. When the program opens, you will see a blank document. If not, go to top menu bar, select File. In the drop-down menu, select New Document. When a dialog box opens, prompting you to create a blank document, click OK. Resetting drawing preferences. To reset your drawing preferences, go to Tool on the top menu bar, Options, VW Preferences. When a pop-up window comes up, click on Session on the left column of the window. Click on the Reset Saved Setting button. When a dialog box appears, click OK. Note, you do not need to reset drawing preferences for every project you do, but you should know where the settings are located and how to reset saved settings to default settings. You can change other settings preferences in this window and save them at any time. Drawing Setup. Document Setup. To set up a document, go to File, Document Setting, Document Setup. When a dialog box appears, make the following selections. In Drawing Units, click on the Edit button. When a dialog window opens, click on Dimension located on the left column of the window. In the Units drop-down menu, select Feet and Inches. In Fraction Precision, select 1/8 of an inch and click OK to save the setting. In Layer Scale, click on the Edit button. When a dialog box opens, on the Imperial, select 1/2 inch scale. Click OK to save the setting. In Drawing Area, click on the Edit button. When a dialog window opens, on the left column, check Show Page Boundary and uncheck both Show Page Breaks and Show Page Watermarks. On the right column, check Choose Size Unavailable in Printer Setup. In the Size drop-down menu, select the US ArcD for a standard drafting sheet, which is 36 inches by 24 inches, and click OK to save the setting. In the Drawing Grids, click on the Edit button. When a dialog window opens, on the Snap Grid, check Symmetrical. Type 1/8 of an inch in the X slot and click OK to save the setting. Click OK again to save the document setup. Workspace Setup. To set up your disciplinary workspace, go to Tool, Workspace, Architect. Note, each workspace has a set of tools, commands, and resources customized for a specific discipline. You may choose either Architect or Designer or Spotlight, depending on the types of work you are engaged in at the moment. You may also switch from one workspace to another during the drawing process. Snapping Preference Setup. To set snapping preferences, go to Tool, Options, Vectorworks Preferences. When a dialog window opens, click on Interactive, located on the left column of the window. Check all boxes except for the first box, which is a full screen cursor box, and then click OK. Layer Setup. Note, in VW Program, Layer is intended to help you to organize various components of your design in different physical elevations. This subject will be stipulated in great length in Chapter 5, Layers, Classes, and Built-in Objects. To create a new design layer, click on the layer icon located on the left side of the view bar. An organization dialog box appears. Click on New. A new design layer box shows up. Give a name to your design layer and click OK to close the box. In Organization dialog box, select the layer you just created and click Edit. An Edit Design Layer dialog box appears. Click on Scale. A layer scale window opens with a list of available scales. Check half-inch scale, then click OK to close the window. Click OK again to finish the setup. Class setup. Note: Class is another organizational tool in VW program. Unlike layer, however, class is intended for you to categorize the various components of your design using attributes available in the program. This subject will also be stipulated in great length in Chapter 5. To create a new class, click on the class icon located at the left end of the view bar. When an organization dialog box comes up, click on New. Give a name to the class and click OK. An Edit Class window opens. In this window, you can make choices for this class. Click on OK to close the Edit Class window and OK again to finish the setup. Note: as an alternative, you can use the layer and the class icons located on the navigation palette on the lower right corner of the application window. To access active layer scale, layer options, and class options, you can also right-click for Windows users or Ctrl+click for Mac users and make the selections. Save documents. Save a file. To save a file onto your computer hard disk, go to File, Save As. When a dialog box opens, type Test in the name slot. Select Desktop in the Where drop-down menu and click Save to save the file onto your computer desktop. You need to remember the name and the location in which you saved your file so that you can access it later. Note: it is wise to save your project right away and very often, just in case something unexpected happened to your file during the drawing process. In fact, the Autosave feature in VW Preferences will allow you to set how often you want to save your file. Say if you set the autosave on 15 minutes, the program will automatically prompt you to save your up-to-date file every 15 minutes. To save a file is to save a copy of your work on your computer in a default file format. In Vectorworks, the default format is VWX file format. Save a file as a template. To save a file as a template for repeated use in the future, start with a blank document. Set up the file with all the desired elements. Go to File, Save as Template. Enter a name for the template with .sta template extension. Select an appropriate template folder in which to place the file and click OK. To use the template, go to File, New. When the dialog box opens, select Use Document Template. In the drop-down menu, select the template you want to use and click OK. Export a file. To export your file onto your computer, go to File, Export. In the drop-down menu, select PDF. When a dialog box opens, make sure the file format is PDF. In resolution slot on the right column, type 300, which is the number of DPI. Then click Export. A dialog box appears asking you to name your file and designate a location to save your file in. Name your file Try PDF. Select Desktop in the Where drop-down menu and click Save. Note, by now, you should have two files saved on your computer. One is a VWX file named Test, and the other is a PDF file named Try PDF. Open them to verify that your documents are saved in the desired formats. You can export documents to a different format. This means that you can share with people who work in a different software than VW. VW offers a long list of formats you can export to. Navigation technique. Vectorworks offers tool commands and options to allow the users to get around drawing fairly easily. Move a document. To move a document, you can press the space bar on your keyboard while dragging the document from one place to another. As an alternative, if you have a middle button on your mouse, you can hold the button instead of pressing the space bar while dragging the document around. A third option is to move the document by invoking Pen tool located on the basic palette. The shortcut for the Pen tool is H key on the keyboard. Note, the benefit of using middle mouse button or space bar is that you can move the document around even if you are in the middle of a drawing. Switch views. If you have a numeric keypad on your keyboard, you can use it to switch views from one direction to another. 0 for top plan view, 1 for left isometric view, 2 for front view, 3 for right isometric view, 4 for left view, 5 for top view, 6 for right view, 7 for rear isometric view, 8 for back view, 9 for right rear isometric view. As an alternative, you can also use the flyover tool located on the basic palette to drag the object to a customized viewing direction and angle. Note, you can also switch views by invoking projection view tools and walkthrough tools. These will be covered in the later videos. Zoom in and out. The most intuitive way to zoom in and out of a drawing is to scroll up and scroll down in the middle of your mouse. A less intuitive option for zoom is to use the zoom tool located on the basic palette. The shortcut for the zoom tool is C key on the keyboard. There are 2 modes available on the mood bar after you select the zoom tool. If you select the first mode, Marquee mode, you can use the Marquee tool available in the basic tool palette in a click and a drag mode to zoom in a specific area in the drawing. If you select the second mode, Interactive mode, you can click and hold your mouse when push your mouse forward for zoom in or drag your mouse backward for zoom out. Aside from the previous zoom options, you can also press certain keys on the keyboard to zoom your drawings to a specific range. These alternatives can be very handy during the drawing process. Fit to page area. Press Ctrl+4 for Windows users, Command+4 for Mac users. Zoom fit to object or objects. Select the object or objects, then press Ctrl+6 for Windows users, Command+6 for Mac users. Center the object or objects. Select the object or objects, then press Ctrl+3 for Windows users, Command+3 for Mac users. Keyboard shortcut Z is used for magnifying the details of a drawing. To zoom in on a specific part of a drawing, hover over your mouse to the part in question and press Z key on the keyboard. This will permit you to see the small details in that specific part of the drawing more clearly. Note, if you don't know what an icon or symbol in Vectorworks program stands for, you can hover over your mouse to the icon or symbol for a couple of seconds. Vectorworks will give you a short description, including its name and function. If you want a more complete answer, go to Help located on the top menu bar, select What's this? A question mark appears alongside of your mouse indicator. This means that now you can click on any icon, symbol, or text in the program, and VW will lead you to an answer in its online help menu. Drawing behavior. VW operates on a click-click system as opposed to click and drag system. Click once, click twice, click 3 times, and continuous clicks. Here are some examples. Click once. Text tool is a one-click tool. You can click once and finish your typing. Click twice. Rectangle tool is a 2-click tool. You can click once and let go of the mouse. After you type in the dimensions, you can click the second time to finish the drawing. Click 3 times. Circle tool by 3 points mode requires 3 clicks. Continuous clicks. The polygon tool is a continuous click tool. Note, there are only a few situations in which you will need to click and drag in VW program. This includes selecting objects with Marquee tool, moving objects, using pen tool and flyover tools, using walkthrough tool and polygon tool to draw curves. Also need to click and drag. These will be covered in the later video.